Last year in Belo Horizonte, with our television station there, has given us a lot of experience. We have a team of 10 persons who are working full-time in a production studio. Even though the South American division has a very wonderful signal and they've allowed us to use it as a public open signal that anybody can use to rebroadcast, we have been using that signal to fill in 24/7, while at the same time developing our own programming that will identify us as a unique television network of our own. God is providing the programming. We will be sharing. There will be products coming from Bolivia. We are doing recording in Bolivia of Brazilian programs. We're doing soundtracks and subtitles in Portuguese. And of course Brazil, with its mighty mechanism of production, it's all its talent, young people, music, professionals of every kind. They will also be assisting in the production. The purchase of this network will allow us not only Sao Paulo with its 22 million people, but also 17 other cities which also have television stations. And the 30 new licenses that we're getting will give us 30 new cities. The secret about reaching Brazil is satellite. Brazilian satellite. Brazilians love to watch television on satellite. In fact, there's very little cable. 80% of Brazilians have satellite dishes. Every little cardboard box out in the desert, wherever you are, they each have a little cheap satellite dish out front. So if you want to reach Brazil, it has to be on Brazilian satellite. Sadly enough, the denomination is on a foreign satellite, not on a Brazilian satellite. And most of their broadcasts are carried to the churches to do evangelism. So the public doesn't have access to this beautiful Adventist broadcasting. So between the division signal and our signal, sharing with each other, we'll be able to reach 80% of Brazil. Open television stations are an absolute necessity if you want to reach the very, very poor and the masses. Not everybody can afford a satellite dish. Not everybody can afford a cable connection. So therefore an open television network, in this case, over 45 cities with open television stations, broadcasting to everybody. That is God's plan, I believe, to reaching everybody in the world. When trying to understand how God will work in His last days, there's a statement that has been a lot of encouragement to me. Let me tell you that the Lord will work in this last work in a manner very much out of the common order of things, and in a way that will be contrary to any human planning. There will be those among us who will always want to control the work of God, to dictate even what movements shall be made when the work goes forward under the direction of the angel who joins the third angel in the message to be given to the world. God will use ways and means by which it will be seen that He is taking the reins into His own hands. Do not imagine that it will be possible to lay out plans for the future. Let God be acknowledged as standing at the helm at all times and under every circumstance. He will work by means that will be suitable and will maintain, increase, and build up His own people. Sometimes when things get hard, when resources are scarce, one has to go to God's Word or the Spirit of prophecy to become encouraged. I do this quite often. Here's another verse that really encourages me. When we give ourselves wholly to God and in our work follow His directions, He makes Himself responsible for its accomplishment. He would not have us conjecture as to the success of our honest endeavors. Not once should we even think of failure. We are to cooperate with One who knows no failure. He is well pleased when they make the very highest demands upon Him, talking about us, that they may glorify His name. They may expect large things if they have faith in His promises. God gives opportunities. Success depends upon the use made of them. Sometimes tasks seem impossible. The challenge is far too big to be accomplished. But in those moments, I go back to the written Word. Isaiah 55 says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Though apparent impossibilities obstruct their way, by His grace they are to go forward. Instead of deploring difficulties, they are called upon to surmount them. They are to despair nothing and to hope for everything. Being a worker for God can sometimes be very lonely. Sometimes your friends and family don't even understand. But God does, and He encourages. Listen to this. The servants of the Lord must expect every kind of discouragement. They will be tried not only by the anger, contempt, and cruelty of enemies, but by the indolence, inconsistency, lukewarmness, and treachery of friends and helpers. Even some who seem to desire the work of God to prosper will yet weaken the hands of His servants by hearing, reporting, and half believing the slanders, boasts, and menaces of their adversaries. God appreciates the labors of His children, men and women who are dedicated solely to working for Him. In fact, He says the following: His special blessing accompanies the labors of men of action, men who will not be swerved from the straight line of duty, but who with divine energy will inquire, who is on the Lord's side? Men who will not stop merely with the inquiry, but who will demand that those who choose to identify themselves with the people of God shall step forward and reveal unmistakably their allegiance to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I am so grateful that God is using the Advenir Spanish television network to reach so many peoples in such a wide variety of belief systems and cultures. One thing that has surprised me is the response of many evangelical pastors. Entire congregations in Venezuela, Bolivia, and Colombia. Pastors have come in with their members into the church. They have accepted the Sabbath. They have become members of the church. And in some cases, the entire building has been pledged